Hi everybody, welcome to the podcast. Today we are going to do, I don't know.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do an actual intro like that. Well, I guess I just did. Hi, welcome to this podcast. I'm Joey from Humorish, which is I don't know why I said that. This is the thing that we're on. Today we're doing a special little test podcast with some good old friends of mine. We're going to talk about their YouTube channel, Crunch Time.
Hi, I'm Dizzy from Crunch Time.
And I'm Ruben.
Also
Okay.
from Crunch Time.
Also, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm here. Yep. There they are. It's Ruben and Dizzy.
All right, that's really confusing. I'm Ruben.
And I'm Dizzy.
Yeah, his name is actually. Can I say your real name?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really care.
It's okay. His
They
name
know
is-
my
his
they
name's
know my real
Alex.
name. They just call
He
me.
just is so obsessed with this fucking Dizzy thing, dude. He keeps telling me that I need to get one. He's like, "So what's your
Character.
your
Play a
YouTube name gonna
character.
be? What's your YouTube name gonna be?" It's like Ruben. Whatever.
Just play a character. That's what
I have my
Well, that's
rapper.
That's like my old thing was mainstream Mex, and before that was a giant midget.
Well, mine's Mexi Man, dude, but I keep getting fucking harassed by Mexicans because I don't know how to speak Spanish.
Well, I guess that's why I'm mainstream, is because I speak the white language.
So mainstream
Oh,
can only
man.
be English.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, mainstream is English. Well, I mean, if you really think about it, the most useful language to know right now in the world is English.
fair.
Brazilian.
Brazilian. I mean, what is it? Mandarin has it by the sheer number, but as far as usefulness goes,
English,
English,
yeah.
because it's
Because you have Europe.
pretty
and you
internationally
have-
business.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is a new podcast that we're trying out, where we talk about stocks and business languages.
Buy now! Buy now! Buy now! It's gonna crash.
Buy now.
Blizzard
Buy low,
is
sell
down
high.
by 2.017%.
The Dow Jones is going down. Propane is down.
Oil is higher than it's ever been.
And it will skyrocket approximately
God.
69 a barrel.
In my opinion, you wait a week and sell high.
Sell real high.
I only sell high. By that I mean I smoke the weed.
Whoa.
Just a discretion.
We've
I do
lost
not.
all credibility as a trustworthy business.
Whoa! The weed just
podcast.
dropped 4 points.
Just because of
We've
this
lost all
podcast.
credibility as a business podcast. Thanks.
Is there a stock called
There
weed?
is. There is actual
That's
stocks.
just
It's not called weed. It's called cannabis, like something.
I thought
No,
it would have been
I
called
mean,
hemp. Or
I
something
just
like
want no. I mean the letters like WE.
It wouldn't surprise me.
that. Probably.
I mean I know there's weed coin.
There's a stock
Bitcoin.
called something ho, like not something ho, but called
Nice.
like the acronyms ho, like HOE. So
Easy. But no. So this is a little podcast I'm testing out. Now we're 4 minutes in, and you guys have heard us talk. Where I'm just gonna kind of talk about the YouTube climate and where we are in our own lives, catching up with some buddies of mine. And if this catches some views, great. If not, then we're just gonna chillax and talk. So I figured I'd start out with talking about how we all met, which is in college, which both of you are no longer in, right?
Yes.
Correct.
I
Yeah.
graduated. Alex dropped out.
that's backwards. I'm the one with the degree.
Yeah.
What did you get a degree in, Alex?
Communications. I studied rhetoric, and originally I was going to be those academic people who was going to become a professor or a lawyer originally.
Uh-huh. How'd that work out for you?
It's really expensive. I actually had a gig. I was supposed to be the first person to start a master's program in Azusa Pacific University in California, but they backed out essentially last minute. They're like, we can only pay you half of what we're originally going to do. And I was like, I can't do half. California's expensive, man. I can't. I don't have the real dough to afford
Yeah,
California.
and out-of-state
That's
tuition
kind
and
of
everything.
fucked. I didn't know about that.
So
And then Ruben, you this isn't a sensitive topic with you, I know.
No.
Yeah, you dropped out.
No. I've been way happier since dropping out.
Yeah.
So that stemmed just from them not working with my schedule. I needed time to work. I needed money. Now I got money.
Now you got money and all the time in the world, kind of.
Kind of. When I'm not working for money.
Yeah. So
I'm not
what do you
shilling
guys
for schmeckles?
what do you guys do now? Like, you guys have your own YouTube channel, right? I mean, for people who we actually did a first part of this podcast on their channel. But what is your channel for people who somehow have been to mine but not yours?
It originally
Okay.
started off as Dizzy, and it's a let's
Dizzy Gaming.
Dizzy Gaming. Then went from Dizzy Gaming. Well, that's actually it was just always Dizzy. Originally, I labeled it as Dizzy Gaming, but switched to Dizzy because I was like, that makes more sense. Because me and Ruben talked about like putting gaming on it will never really get far, so I just put it as Dizzy, and that's
yeah,
what I
'cause
got
everybody fucking
known
puts
for. And then we switched it to Crunch Time because I was like, well, if people join me, it's not just my project at that point. It's a group thing, and I don't want to take all the claim for it. So we'll just work all together and just more of the content that's on the channel.
Not only that, we also are stemming out to try and bring different types of content other than just gaming, since that's been like the primary up all the way up to like 150 subs, I think it was, right?
Yeah, around 150 is when we started mixing it up a bit. So
Yeah. And so you guys are bringing more stuff to it, like podcasts.
Yeah.
It sounds
are.
like.
whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And
like
actually,
this here.
that's why I was saying I was gonna save this little tidbit as a little, just like a little teaser for people who actually do go from our channel to your channel. They can get this little bit of sneak peek. We're working on a series called Poorly Played.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Where like donkey style videos, we'd play a game, make all the wrong decisions, and voice over it instead of having to voice during, kind of donkey style.
Okay. Yeah.
So, like,
that's what you mean by donkey style.
Yeah.
When you said that, I kind of thought you meant like game review stuff.
No.
Because he's kind of moved to that dunk view thing. That's what he calls it.
Yeah, no. I mean, Poorly Played would be like, for example, pick up Pokemon Fire Red and like take all the wrong Pokemon, like put my starter in the PC or something like that, and don't use it because it's like, well, it's not that good. Yeah, and stuff like that, and then record over it instead of having to record during.
Okay, so you'd take like, say, like 2 hours of gameplay and just like cut it down to something like watchable and do like get the jokes you can make out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds really cool.
And also
That sounds
gives
interesting.
a lot more witticism is allowed when you have time to think of a joke as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like you always have those arguments, and then after the fact, you're just like, man, if only I'd said this one thing. And so in this case, you get to do it. That's kind of the beauty of YouTube and entertainment in general, I think, though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, except for like, we do Let's Plays here on Humorish, and you guys do them there. So like, you have to be a little bit more on the spot, like as a what's the word I'm looking for? Like an entertainer, I guess.
Creator, entertainer.
Yeah, a personality. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And so yeah, that's cool. Who does the editing on your channel?
Both of us.
Be honest.
Both of you.
Like we tried mixing up because I'll be honest, like I dived into a very unknown area that I thought I had some knowledge of. So Ruben's been a huge factor helping me and making thumbnails and mixing it up a bit. He really has been. So that's why
Which actually, if you've noticed the switching over to naming conventions,
he's been doing most of that.
I fucking love our new naming wave naming stuff.
Yeah. So Ruben, you do like the back end kind of stuff and all that?
Somewhat. For a minute there, backlog. I was taking care of backlog. And then I started recording my own stuff with Accounting Plus, and I plan to actually, another kind of spoiler, take over the IRL You Laugh You Lose or Try Not to Cringe, and instead of pump them out once a week instead of twice a week.
Oh, wow. You guys are ambitious as hell over there too.
Yeah,
aren't
we
you?
are
You guys-
very. My goal is to get 2 a day, and the reason why.
Once we get our schedule nailed out, right now,
will.
we're constantly evolving at this point to try. Alex is doing a whole new type of recording style, in the style of Markiplier and
weird.
Jacksepticeye. I'm working on getting a new desk, so I'm constantly going to be shifting around my room for like the next week. We've also just pumped out a few social media accounts. I just got some stuff for my tablet to make it kind of my social media machine. So that should kind of help me there. But
yeah, you should check out Hootsuite.
Hootsuite?
Yeah, it's a social media managing app, and you can do it in browser. I think they actually also have a downloadable program. Their premium level lets you do more, but right now I think you can do 3 accounts, and that's how I manage my my photography stuff. I guess for people who are listening who don't know a whole lot about me, which why would you? This is the first. I've put out 4 videos on my new channel. So, but no, I do photography on the side. So that's how I manage those accounts. You can actually schedule out tweets and Instagram posts and like all that stuff, and like put them out for like the next few weeks so that you can have something out every day or twice a day or whatever. I think they let you on the free version do like six scheduled days or something ahead, which is not bad. I mean, if you schedule it out for the next 6 days and then each time you just renew, that's not a huge thing. Not sponsored by Hootsuite, by the way.
Not sponsored. not.
They should definitely pay me, but no, like, yeah, that's what I kind of use for that. And my background with social media management, because I used to do that for a company who I don't want to name because it wasn't necessarily super fun working for them, but but yeah, no, I used to manage social media and stuff. But yeah, you should look into that. It's super, super helpful. But
okay.
yeah, you guys are
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh
I
yeah, we
interrupted you, Flo.
were on editing. That's something I wanted to bring up actually.
Yeah.
There's some weird projects right now
Mhm.
that are already posted. One of them is, let's see, I'm looking at them right now. It's called Drunk. It's
I
the
saw
Drunk,
that.
the Sad, and the Mad.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It's a little rage game by Alex, really fun. Funny thing about that one is I'm surprised it did so well without getting any hate.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I tried doing some. I tried doing some fun edits using
Uh-huh.
Vegas,
Yeah.
and towards the end, I had to input the intro, and forgot to lock all the edits in place. So everything just slid over,
Uh-huh.
which means all the sound effects are out of place.
Ooh.
It's like 30 seconds out of place too.
Oh my gosh.
Like, it,
So,
but
like,
it's funny though. Like, it worked out kind of perfectly. So
Honestly, we have 48 views, haven't got any dislikes on it or anything like that.
Well, that's
So
good.
It's like, why? Oh, and then see, the thing was, I was a little mad about that one because Vegas sucks as an editing program.
Mhm.
And it had crashed on me like 2 or 3 times, and I had to restart the same edits over and over.
Oof.
So eventually, I got pissed, finished it, and was like, "Yes, finally!" And I was so excited. I went downstairs, and I'm like, "Alex, go to this timestamp." And he goes, he's like, "Is this supposed to be like that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's funny, right?" He's like, "Are you sure it's not messed up?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And it just randomly plays like, there's this one effect where I was supposed to zoom in Panda Red static and have a static noise.
Uh-huh.
It just randomly pans to his face with red, like the red static texture, but no noise.
no noise.
But if you go
Huh.
30 seconds before that, there's just randomly a loud ass static noise.
Oh my god.
And it's like,
Wow.
oh my
So
god.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're learning.
Mhm.
Like, it's
Yeah,
getting
that's
better.
because
It's
that's
getting
just
better.
Vegas. That's just
That's
Vegas,
just
and
Vegas.
I've already stopped using Vegas. So hey,
Mhm.
I'm now using Premiere like regular people.
Premiere Pro, like, did you guys get that?
Yes,
yes,
we got
We got
all
it figured out.
Yeah.
It was.
All right.
We found out that it wasn't on my wife's account. It was on mine, and that was a cluster in itself.
Oh yeah, Jose knows.
The whole
So-
thing.
Jose
Yeah.
knows. I ranted
I was-
to Jose over text.
Yeah, I was talking to Ruben about it a little bit. Yeah, no,
Don't
see, that's
trust
like-
me. I ranted to Sarah as well. She knows as well.
Mhm. See, I know a lot about that side of things. I've been editing for years and stuff, and I've known you guys for what, going on a couple
Going
years
on
now.
3 years now?
Three, yeah,
Three.
at least.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Ruben, you and I met 2016. So yeah, that's coming up on 3 years. Fuck.
Yeah,
And then Alex, I met you.
about 2.5 maybe.
Later.
Yeah, you met me a couple
No,
months.
it was about
after.
the same
Yeah.
time, really.
Well, no, I
No,
think you met Alex.
yeah, you met me
around
first,
that
and then
time.
you introduced me to Jose.
Yeah, because I had like you.
Yeah,
kept
we were already
talking
roommates.
about Alex.
We were already roommates, weren't
Yeah.
we, with Jose? Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys roomed together. That's right. I forgot about that. Right.
No,
No.
Me and you were already
You
roommates. You're thinking of the
Oh,
other
yeah,
Alex.
that's
You're thinking of Falutz.
Falutz.
That's right.
We
Oh
were
my
first
gosh.
semester roommates.
Yeah.
Then
See,
he
that's
did,
why I remember
Then he
being
did some
confused.
sketchy shit.
some real sketchy shit. I remember Ruben coming over to my room afterwards, going like, "Hey, can I just chill here?"
And then I moved in with Jose, and then I was a bad, smelly, bad, stinky roommate. And then moved in
I
with
never
Jordan.
said that.
No, I said that. What?
Oh, okay.
Do I sound like you? I thought not. Anyways. But no, and then I moved
Then
in
you
with
moved
Jordan. Nothing changed, except I got even more depressed and fed up with college.
Yeah, through that whole time, you were really struggling with like college stuff, and all
Yeah, and
that.
I think I was a bad influence on Marlon, honestly.
I don't think that's. I think
At least his English class. At least the English class.
Okay,
Because
fair
every single time I would skip it, he'd be like, well, if you're skipping it. And then we'd go back to our room and play Injustice 2 for like fucking 3 hours.
Good times. Good
Yeah,
times.
you guys were fucking good at that game. It always
Yeah,
pissed me off
Alex
because I
wishes he
rage.
Not as bad as Devin, dude.
Devin, oh my God. Ooh,
Devin knows he rages though. So.
that's fair. He knows.
Jose knows. Jose knows.
Oh, I love.
Do you remember the Wyatt? When Wyatt just kept low kicking him?
Oh yeah. Oh, I was thinking about when I was playing Deadshot and he was Sub-Zero, and he was just determined to beat me, and I just kept kicking his ass.
That's right. I had taught Jose one combo.
No. 'Cause that was when I
Oh, that
like,
was
was
before.
good at.
You're right. That was before.
No, that was when I was good with Deadshot.
No, dude, I had taught you Deadshot stuff. Remember?
No, well, you did in the beginning, but like I had started like practicing and
I
got
I might
good.
get back
boy,
into
I taught
Injustice.
you-
I haven't played Injustice in a hot minute.
I'd rather wait for Injustice 3.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, you guys should come over and we should do a
I'd be
tournament.
down for that.
Dude, no one ever wants to play with me after I beat them, dude. No one does.
No, Ruben,
I
it's
hate-
okay. We'll do it.
No.
All I gotta do is
Everybody
make
hates
more
me.
friends, and then we'll have like a tournament stuff.
See, Marlon could play with me forever, and actually, Alex had a friend who was. You thought me and Marlon were
Oh,
good?
he's good.
Imagine combining me and Marlon's skill level.
Like he
He just
actually competes
fucking
at
sweeped me.
He competes at actual tournaments too.
Yeah,
Wow.
he probably
What a
competes at-
fucking nerd!
Like he's all into fighting game
This
tournaments.
guy.
Me and him used to be
Dude.
like we used to back before you guys came to when I was a freshman and sophomore in college. We used to have drinking game tournaments, and it's a fun night. Long story short.
Wow.
So like I would lose. I would lose bad.
So
I'd be
you-
10 shots deep because I would lose. Every time you lose, you take a shot, and so
Wow.
that's how we got good at fighting
That's-
games. Like
You got good at fighting
What?
games by drinking. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
trust
But okay.
me, try it. You'll see how quick, how good you'll get real quick.
Oh.
So, like you're gonna die.
struggle
or
with that
you're gonna
sentence.
Are you?
die.
Do you already have some shots in you? Like, what?
You'll get
You'll
good
get real good.
real quick.
You underhold it.
Oh my god.
All
But
right.
yeah, no. So I don't know. I guess I wanted to cover that. I guess that's the only topic I had there.
Well,
now we
okay.
all do YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have another editing story.
Oh, go ahead.
Which one is
Oh,
it?
okay. So 3 videos after that,
Uh-huh.
there's this one. It's called Blastastic Love Story. It's
Oh,
a
God.
My Hero Academia
Oh, God.
fan fuck fic thing.
Oh,
the,
no.
the video is called Kirishima Doesn't Say No Homo. For those that are interested in watching, it's not there anymore because I ended up fixing it. But Alex accidentally left like 23 minutes
23 minutes.
at the end of the video.
What?
Basically, what happened
So
was I was
if you go look now, it's 12 minutes and 17 seconds, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
But it was like 30 something minutes.
Okay,
Jesus.
I got a reason for it. Okay. Basically, when I was
Okay.
doing the edits, right, I was cutting it up, and so like I was pushing. I had an idea for one of the clips, and I pushed it back. So I was like, I'll touch it later. I'll focus on getting this done as fast as possible because I'm about to go work in an hour, so I got to get this out quick because I played the game. The game said it was only 30 minutes long. It ended up being like an hour and a half of playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because what they don't tell you is there's a bunch of puzzles in it. So I got the puzzles done, started editing, and then normally I check the video once I encode it, and I didn't check it because
Yeah.
I had a rush. So I was like, screw it, just threw it up there, and then I got to work, and I was like, wait, it's 37 minutes. That's not right at all. I was like, it should be at least 12 to 15 at least. And I looked at it, I was like, there's a huge black 20-odd some minutes just there for nothing because I forgot to delete it before encoding it.
That's really funny.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
see,
the
because
thing
did you guys upload it without looking at it as well?
we both,
it was super rushed.
it was super rushed.
Oh my gosh.
And we found out the hard way, and then we also found out that YouTube can edit it. So that's where we fixed it. That's how we fixed it. So.
Yeah, but we might
Yeah.
as well have just brought down the video, edited it, and then re-uploaded it because it took 6 hours for the edit to take place anyways.
Jesus. Yeah.
So I was surprised we didn't get hate
No.
on that one either. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess people are forgiving. So especially like smaller channels. I mean, you guys are much better than anything like I've achieved in my recent YouTube endeavors, but I'm only just getting back into it. You guys have what? You just hit 230.
Yeah,
right?
just hit today.
Yeah, actually
to be
today.
dead honest, actually, it's not my first time at trying at streaming. I did Twitch way back, and it was like way back when Division and Rainbow Six Siege first came out. When I started streaming, and the reason why I quit was actually because my roommate at the time, which I will not say his name in case he's watching, was a total D-bag about it. And like made fun of me, and then it got to the point where I just quit. So, like that's how it actually like I was streaming, and I've been streaming. I actually Paul. I was working with Paul Green actually, learning how to do edits and stuff at the time, and that's how I got into, and that's how I got into my degree because I just loved mass media. And then
who is Paul Green again? If you want
the professor at
he was a professor there. He's a really dope guy.
He will help you if you want to learn something, and he was helping me, and he was even teaching me camera stuff and everything at the time. And but then I quit because I was like, I just didn't. I was getting made fun of.
What a good reason.
I quit because I was getting made fun of real bad, and I was like, and like they even like trolled me, like they got on like fake Twitch accounts and started like spamming me, and it was a bad deal. Like
that's super immature.
Like I can show you. I don't know if the videos are still there, but. Because I think it's X amount of days and it gets deleted, but
you were cyberbullied, bud.
Yeah, essentially, and that's
fucking
that's
shitty.
actually why I was hesitant of starting this new channel originally, and then my wife was like, just do it, like you got nothing better to do. I was like, that's fair, that's fair, and then I started.
Oh, that's really sweet. So, I'm glad you have like that support system.
No, my wife loves it. My wife loves the idea of me like just she considers it as a hobby, which I do too. So I do it for fun, not necessarily like if I make money or get big at it, and then it's just how it is. So it's because people like what I do. So,
well, and I think that's like part of like the good side. Like that's a good mindset to go into it with. Like you shouldn't go in just like, I'm here to make money.
To be
and all
celebrity.
I'm a celebrity, right?
Yeah.
Like I just go in like it's a hobby. I do it for fun. And I mean, if you know people start like disliking it, then that's so be it. I'm still gonna keep doing it. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah. And it's like there is that apprehension there too. Like before you start a channel, before you start streaming, I feel like a lot of people don't see. And I think that it's super common because I've talked to some other creators and they've had the same thing where it's like, do I start this channel? And then once I start this channel, do I share it to the people that I know?
Yeah,
is like a big hurdle. Because I remember feeling that way too when I first started. Now you started back with Division and stuff.
Yeah,
I
Twitch
started
streaming.
back in.
I switched to YouTube.
I started in 2012.
The Minecraft Jose.
Damn right. That was back when I went by a giant midget. And yeah, that was my Xbox gamer tag.
Nice.
And
is that like an Xbox randomly generated one?
Yeah.
No, that's one that I made. That's one
actually,
I thought of.
Interesting fact. You know how I got the name Dizzy?
How?
It was an Xbox randomly generated name.
Well, damn.
It was Dizziest Alex because I put in like I don't even know what I wanted. It was like because I just put in my name. It was like Alex, and it was like, do you want to be called Dizzy Alex? And I was like, or Dizziest Alex, or Dizziest Alex 578 or whatever. And I was like, I'll take Dizziest Alex. So
yeah.
By the way, we didn't even get to finish talking about how we all met.
Oh, it's true. Oh man, I got a good story about me how me and Ruben met.
All right, should me since I guess the timeline is me and Alex met first.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Go for it.
All right. Alex, since you said you were ready,
so basically,
excited to tell the story.
Okay. Basically, when I
you're like, fuck, now I really gotta do it.
On the spot, man. But basically, I went to college. I went to college for a debate and for fun. Before you guys came, a year before that, I was convinced by other people on the debate team to join band, and I was like, why not? You know, I love playing the saxophone. I miss it. I haven't done it in forever. Well, they convinced me, and then that's when they started doing marching band. And then I went to go to marching band practice. It's like the week before you go to college. It's like a little practice week. And then we were told not to bring our instruments. And so I went there, and that's how I met Ruben. Is me and Ruben were both walking together, and then we got there, and I was like, "Are we supposed to bring our instruments?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, we asked him, we're like, "Are we supposed to bring our instruments? Because everybody here has instruments, and we were told explicitly, and I asked twice, we're not supposed to bring our instruments. So why does everybody have their instruments?" They're like, "Well, you're supposed to bring it." And so we actually were late to the first, I think, marching band practice because of that. Because
it wasn't the first one. This was already like a weekend at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
this is a while.
So basically, we had to go back, and the punishment for being late is that you have to like walk a lap, which that isn't well, you're supposed to actually run it, but we walked it. So
Yeah, well, they didn't say run it. She said take a lap.
like,
so me and Alex just power walked the lap really quickly. And like towards the last like 100 meters, she's like, "You were supposed to run."
I was like, "Oh."
So it's like we jogged like the
last
last
100.
That was back with that crazy band director too, wasn't it?
She wasn't.
She was just very.
Honestly, I feel like she was disrespected. Honestly, in her position, just wasn't.
Yeah.
She had a lot of problems with the choir director. Not gonna throw names out
Mm-hmm.
there, but they just clashed all the time. Her position.
And to be fair, she was very passionate about her job. So like, she put her heart in it, and you can't pull, teeth from people to make them do stuff. They're just not going to do. And
that's a weird saying.
Well, it's bring horse to water.
Them.
Then how's that? Like,
that's better.
Like,
that's much better than pull teeth from
the people
that must be a Southern Kansas thing, because my grandpa's always used that. So that's why I was like, pull teeth. So.
We'll see.
Was your grandfather a fucking torturer for the fucking army?
Well, Navy, but yes.
He's like, you can't pull teeth from someone to make them do something, but you can make them say something. Like, what the fuck?
Not after you take all their teeth.
But
they still.
Well, see, I always heard that she was crazy.
Well,
so now I feel really
she's
shitty
not.
that like
she's not. She's passionate. She's strongly passionate.
She was a fucking weeb.
So,
but I mean,
but who else wasn't in that marching band? I mean,
okay, so you guys met by being forced to walk a lap in college at band camp. That seems like a really like grade school punishment.
Then after that, me and Alex were just talking a bunch. She invited me to play D&D. Actually, is how the relationship continued. And that's actually how I met Devin, Dakota,
the gang.
Whoa, all those name drops.
Yep. All those people.
None of you know who they are.
Okay.
We're not gonna tell you. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
I guess the next part.
I thought there was more to the story.
Yeah, no, that's
That's
it.
honestly it. That's how we met.
The next part would be how me and Jose met.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Hold on. How did we met at lunch, right?
No, we had the same theater class.
That's
And
right.
You and I guess this whole time I didn't know this, by the way, but I guess Jose can talk because this would be like me talking third party. This whole time, two people were watching me and discussing my behavior.
Oh my god. Okay, so back when I first started college, I was a theater major, and I went to this acting class. It was tiny. There was like 7 of us, 8 of us.
It was very small.
With this eccentric teacher who had been in Cats on Broadway, or not even on Broadway. She was in Cats in Germany.
Well, wasn't she not? She wasn't even main cast, was she?
No, I don't think so.
She was like second line in case one of them got injured or some shit.
Yeah, and it was just crazy. She talk about crazy, but no. So this acting class, I would sit next to a buddy of mine, and we would sit kind of in the back. And the way we became friends was we started kind of like shit talking other people who would go up on stage and just like critique their performances and make each other laugh. And so we became good friends. And then we see this rather rotund fellow take the stage.
Supple, if you will.
Supple. This rotund gentleman with supple breasts took the stage. And the first thing I remember is you were doing a bit where you were a neglectful father and you were waiting. There was a baby crying in the next room and you were acting it out. And Marlon and I kept making jokes about how the baby was just a shitty roommate. And so that's why Ruben wouldn't get up, because like, we got to the end and we would be asked these questions by the professor, and she would be like, well, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Like, she always was like, the moment before, what happened before the scene.
Her whole thing was the more questions you could answer about the character, the more you knew the character, the more you were the character.
And Rube, like, okay, so what she would do is she would ask you these questions and like lawyer style try and like bait you into what she wanted you to answer. And Ruben was not having it. She would like ask him a question and Ruben would be like, well, no, that's not what he'd do. Like, that's not how it is. Now this is what's going on. And she'd be like, but this and that and whatever. And Ruben's like, nah, that's stupid.
Yeah, no. That was actually a big thing with the whole there was a bit where I had to act like my brother called and just told me my mom died.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember she's like, well, wouldn't your mom call to tell you your brother died? I'm like, no, my mom's dead.
And like, and so that's how Ruben and I met, was like, we were making fun of you. And then how did we like introduce ourselves after that?
I think it was, I want to say it was Marlon who came up to me.
Yeah, probably. I was a little bitch.
And said, hey, you want to come to one of our writing things?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Or was it,
no.
It could have been Jordan. Maybe Jordan got me introduced to you and Marlon. Because I knew Jordan from band.
That's right, because you and Jordan had the connection in band, and then Marlon and I were friends in theater, and I'm pretty sure somehow Marlon got involved with you first, and then I'm pretty sure the first time we all like sat and talked was at lunch.
That's it. It's the Kansas Wesleyan class, the introductory class.
Uh-huh.
I forgot, what is it called?
Heritage?
No, that's the
Journey.
other one. Maybe Wesleyan
Experience.
Journey, I think. Wesleyan Experience, that's right.
There
yes,
you go.
that's it. Well, in that class, our teacher liked to get very political.
Uh-huh.
And decided to ask who we were voting for. Whether this has any relevancy now, back then, I believed every single little bit of evidence that came up about Hillary.
Uh-huh.
So back then, I thought Hillary was a fucking snake. And I'm like,
no.
Trump's just a pervert, man. Like,
Yeah.
Bernie's already out. So it's like Hillary versus Trump. I guess I'll go Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only motherfucker in the whole class out of like 25 people who stood up for Trump.
Yikes.
And guess what? I'm fucking Mexican, and everyone else is like some white people. They're like, we're still voting Bernie. It's like, Bernie's fucking dead.
Yeah, at the time Bernie was out. Like, I would have loved to continue Bernie's race as opposed to the other two, but
Yeah,
anyways.
no, I would have as well, because it was just like the lesser of all the evils.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I didn't disagree, I agreed more with Bernie points. We're getting too political.
Yeah, it's like we're getting super political right now. So,
Yep.
so you
But
were in
yeah.
this class.
Yeah, and so I pretty much embarrassed myself every fucking day in that class. I didn't care though, because I enjoyed being the class clown. I like attention, and I like people laughing at my jokes. So
Welcome to YouTube, where
So-
no one thinks you're funny and everyone hates everything you do.
So yeah, and I believe that after that, Marlon ended up coming up to me because we shared the same Western Experience class, if I'm correct. Because all the music majors did.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, that's kind of something we were missing. I was a music major, theater minor,
Mm-hmm.
music ed major, music theater minor,
Yeah.
which is how all those bridges connected.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, it was a small school, so like everyone
Everyone knew each other.
eventually knows everyone.
But yeah, I still remember when they invited me, I came over to Jose's room, and Jose had a whiteboard up with a bunch of ideas written on it. And
Yeah.
on the whiteboard, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it just said, it was a bunch of stuff, and then in like to the side it said Ruben's penis. And they're like,
Oh
I was like, what's that about? And they're like, oh, that's just storyboarding. Those are ideas. We don't know what to do with those things yet. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. It's like,
That wasn't
Totally.
the first time we met, was it?
no, it
It
was.
was, yeah.
Oh no, that was the first time I came to your room.
Alex,
I don't
you
know.
were
Yeah,
there.
I was Arabic. Well, the first time I came over, I saw a gigantic poster of you, and I was like, "Does this guy
yeah.
love himself or something?" Or
Okay, so you didn't meet Jose till actually after the play.
until after the play.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah. Oh, Ruben and I got really close.
So I thought it was really
during,
weird. 'Cause I was like, he has a poster of
play.
himself.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's how me, Marlon, and Jose formed a really strong bond.
Yeah,
And I would
don't
say
even-
even AJ too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Just
that's when
because
season 1 started.
we all fucking hated it.
Yeah,
It was
It-
fun to perform it, but goddamn, was the rehearsals awful.
yeah.
the
You're talking
fucking
about the play.
The teacher one time asked me how I would pronounce something in Mexican.
I forgot about that.
So if that doesn't fucking say anything,
Yeah, no. Okay, so we did this play. Let's talk about that a little bit. Is called I Hate Hamlet. And so Ruben played one of like the agent of the main character. The main character is this actor who's trying to make it, but he's tired of doing movies, and now he's decided that he's gonna move into John Barrymore's old apartment and study like classical theater. And he's taken this job to be Hamlet. And John Barrymore, for those of you who aren't super well versed in theater, which I mean, this is kind of minuscule, I think, but John Barrymore was like the last great American Hamlet. And that was my character. I was the ghost of John Barrymore teaching this other guy, AJ, who's now gone off to be in the Boston Conservatory. Talented young gent. He played the main character. And we just backstage was like the time of our fucking lives. Just making fun of how shitty this show was and how terrible the rehearsals were. The professor actually got in trouble because our rehearsals were insane. Like they were fucking crazy. Do you remember? Like,
yeah, no. We had to stay. I can't remember how many times we've had to stay past 11.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'd stay until until late.
Yeah, well, and that was just regular cast. You and
Mm-hmm.
AJ were essentially the main cast,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I remember you guys having to stay till like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yep.
And that's not even talking about Marlon, who was at the time set builder,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to stay sometimes like until like 3 in the morning helping out. I remember what's his name, Kent.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Helping out Kent, or coming in
Yeah.
super early and helping in Kent.
Which, like, by the way, Marlon and Kent did an amazing job on the set. Like, if I have pictures, I'll try and like throw them up on the screen for the video portion, which is just a picture at this point. But no, like that was one of the best sets I've ever worked on. It was crazy well built. But yeah, no, like the set builders weren't able to come in until after the main actors and everything were done rehearsing. And so, yeah, we would be there. AJ and I would be there sometimes until like 1 or 2 in the morning, and then and then crew would come in, Marlon and Kent, and build
2
and
people.
work lighting. Yeah, it was
And it
fucking
was
crazy.
It was a pretty extravagant set.
Yeah, it was a
for 2
box
people
set.
especially. Well, I guess it wasn't only 2 people since all the painting was done by
2 other girls who were in the art department. Yeah.
Yeah, so but I mean all the main construction was
Was Kent and Marlon. Fucking badass guys.
Oh, see,
But-
I remember she was so what is the word I'm looking for? Just like not having it, I guess.
Yeah.
When other actors would try and help out Kent,
Mhm.
and just like the time they weren't on.
Yeah. No, she was something else. We would run the same like 30-second blocking like 50 times in a row, and then the next day she'd be like, "No, do it like you did it yesterday." It's like, which day, which time? You like never gave us a specified thing. So that's fun and interesting. But then I met Alex after the show, and then at what point did I meet you, Alex?
It must have been after I was already moving. We were already roommates, so second
Yeah,
semester.
we became roommates, and oh, that's right, because yeah, you let me keep my posters on the wall above your bed. I had the big ass poster of me from the play, and a poster that I had made in high school of me and us. And then Alex and I didn't super interact until he was the DM of our Dungeons and Dragons thing.
Oh no, it was before that.
I feel like this is the first time I remember that we like were really, really involved. That I like saw you guys more, you know?
No, because we started eating lunch a lot more together.
we did.
Alex got into Overwatch.
Yeah.
We all got.
That's
into
when I got my
Overwatch pretty
PC
hard.
built.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah.
Well, no,
yeah.
even before that, you were playing in the
Yeah.
esports room.
And then that's when I found out somebody didn't like me. And that was the time.
Oh,
A very
sad.
unconnected story,
But, yeah.
but still
Yeah.
sad.
It still upsets me.
but yeah, no. And so that's how the three of us came to be, and now we're all content creators. Look at us, making it out in the real world.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's a time, but no,
I'm
I'm
actually
hoping-
enjoying my life.
No,
Very
I
much.
enjoy the hell out of this part of my life. Right now, I'm in college still, and it's rough.
And see, the thing is, I guess I don't want to be one of the people who's like, college just ain't for me, too cool for school.
Mm-hmm.
But like honestly, my work ethic, and you can ask Alex, because Alex especially has seen me college versus actual job.
Uh-huh.
My work ethic when I'm actually getting paid for something is completely different thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can ask Alex. I work 6 shifts
He
a week,
does.
sometimes 7, sometimes 12-hour shifts. I've worked a double before.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you're getting paid, You'll do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But then like there's also the side where it's like doing what you love also is like its own payment in itself. Like you guys started doing this YouTube thing and like are super motivated. It's like small YouTubers like us, we don't get paid to do what we're doing.
Nope.
But
Yeah.
but it's like still we are some of the most motivated people I feel like to do it. Like cuz there's something about working the grind and like seeing like the numbers game, seeing like we're getting more views, we're getting more subscribers. It's like, whoa, like I'm putting in work and people are liking it. It's like, what happens if I put in like even more work? What happens if I try harder?
Right.
Like it's like or like even just like the whole like, oh well, like I like doing this and I'm passionate about it. It's like, well, I can dedicate more time to this and it'll show and maybe I can get better. Like that's how I think anyways. Back when I was doing the editing, I now have a guy named Derek do my editing. I like and he's a pretty cool kid. But,
do you like? Does he cost anything?
I'm so
or?
sad. I'm so.
no, he's a cool guy. No, he's a friend of mine that I met here.
I'm so bad. We can't say anything, dude.
Ruben,
Oh,
what are you laughing about?
dude, just a funny story I heard once.
Derek works hard on these videos, dude.
I know, dude. He's a good editor.
But yeah, no, like, so he produces that kind of stuff for me.
It's still going, huh?
Yeah.
Anyways,
We're still going.
um,
But yeah, he'll do it for the foreseeable future. So it's really interesting to to be a personality and do this and see like how hard I can work with him and what he's willing to do and like put in. Because it's nice to work with motivated people.
Oh, and yeah, you were mentioning that at this size, it's really easy to get motivated with every little thing. The way I've been looking at it is every single subscriber that comes in is a fucking event.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him go nuts.
It's like
every time.
it's like, yes, another subscriber. It's like, Alex is asleep. I'm like, hey, Alex, wake up. We got another subscriber.
And I'll freak out like,
And it's
yes.
like, hey, Alex, we just hit 225, and we just hit 230 today while we're recording the first podcast. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and and you're absolutely correct. I do the same thing to Noah. It's funny that you mentioned that. It's like every time we get a subscriber, I get like a little notification, and I've got a group chat with Noah and Derek, and I'm just like, yo, another one.
Well, we
did it.
We started finding out that actually the weird part about subscribers is that you can see some of them, but you can't see the other. It's like either you can or you can't, right? So like we'll get some that we'll actually check out their profile and get an idea of what our subscribers are liking. So we kind of use it kind of as a feedback, but we'll get some that we can't even look because their accounts are private. So we'll get some subscribers we don't know who they are and what they
So
like.
what Alex is talking about is like when someone subscribes, we can go to their account and see what videos they liked of ours. As of recent, I know the last one Alex checked out, they ended up liking a lot of our like 5-month-old ARC live streams.
So we're like,
so it's like, oh, okay,
all right, we still have an ARC-based community, so
maybe
yeah,
more ARC.
That's what's kind of cool about YouTube though, and like creating this like archive. Because how many videos do you guys have up on your channel?
267.
Oh. Are you looking at it right
Yes.
now? Shit.
But it's like once you get to this point, it's like you have a backlog of like all of this stuff you've done in the past that's still out there getting videos, like, and especially if like you keyword it and like tag it and everything. That's a whole another
what's
side
even
of
better is that
YouTube
we actually
thing.
get some, because I do Let's Play, right? We actually get some feedback and support from even like small game developers too. Like
Oh,
I've
really?
gotten emails.
Any indie games. We
Yeah,
play.
I got emails from people requesting me to play their games before, and that like not trying to like make my ego like big or anything, but that to me that's awesome. It's like I'm finally, it's cool that developers are hitting me up and like, hey, play your game. I'm like, oh, all right, and I'll go do it. So
Yeah, that's amazing.
to me, that's awesome.
That's like, yeah, and that shows you that you are actually, you're not just putting it into the ether for nothing to happen.
Yeah.
You're getting feedback.
feedback.
Back,
It's
getting all that.
incentivizing.
Don't get me wrong, I couldn't
Incentivize.
I couldn't play the game for obvious reasons, but so
What the fuck?
it's
are you talking about?
it's the political one, Ruben. It's the one I told you about I couldn't touch.
Okay. It's kind of fights with views that Alex cannot express
Gotcha.
due to his situation.
Gotcha.
To
Yeah,
say
no,
it
that makes
as
sense.
cautiously as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to stay neutral on everything.
No, that's totally fair.
Even though like I can make my views obvious in person, but I can't do it on any form of social media.
No, that makes
So.
sense. No, you don't have to. You don't have to emphasize past that. And like,
Yeah, no. But for real, like Alex can no.
So do you guys, when you guys play, do you guys put up a character? Do you guys like, because like
I
right
try.
now, I feel like when I play or when I'm on mic at all, most of what I do is character. I'm trying to be as like down to earth Jose, Joey, however you know me, just like right now. But when I'm on like a Let's Play or whatever, I put on, I'm the Joey. Hey, it's me. It's you. I'm your guy. Like, do you guys feel like you do that kind of thing?
All right, actually, I have a great explanation for this for both. I think for both me and Alex is,
right.
yeah, I think Markiplier said it best when he was getting hate a long time ago for like screaming for his scary games, and all that. And everybody's like, oh, he's faking his reactions. He's faking his reactions. It's like I'm not faking. I'm just hyperbolizing my character, who I am already. I'm just taking it up a little bit. And I like that explanation. It's not. It's for me. It's not a completely different character. It's just a hyperbolization. It's just turning my character valve up a little bit. I guess the try not to cringe video I did a while back that, as you can see back there, Jose watching on Discord.
Yeah.
If anybody sees the webcam that comes out, probably not. There's a light shaft effect on my webcam because I can't cover up the window as right now. But yeah, during that video, I just act, I suppose, slightly more negative towards everything because it was a try not to cringe. So I'd just be like more, I don't know, narcissistic, I guess would be a good word.
So yeah, you're just. It sounds like you still kind of have like a character, but the character is you, and you're just like tilting the emotions in like a different direction, like just, turning it up to 11, or whether you're just like
dialing it up.
Yeah, and I think that's a good way to look at it. I think that's cool, especially for like personality wise. It makes it easy to like to keep the everything going when you're not faking as much, and you're just kind of like, oh well, this is just this is what I'm feeling, but I'm just gonna express that I'm feeling it like way up here, like kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's a lot more acceptable to have to be completely different in YouTube videos than it is in real life now. Way more than it was a long time ago, because everybody like back then was like, oh, wait a minute, I met him in real life and he didn't scream nearly as much. PewDiePie's a fake. Just like,
well, no, yeah, you're an entertainer is really what it comes down to, and so you're
it's a lot more accepted today to have your personality personality to be different than your YouTube personality.
Yeah. And I think there's something to me that's kind of safe about that, because it's like when I'm like doing voices or making jokes on like my Let's Plays and stuff, it's not like, that's not really like me per se. It's easy. It's not like to have like a facade to hide behind. It's more of like, oh, well, this is the character and he's like crass and he's like loud and annoying or whatever to me. But it's like it's kind of interesting to like split that up.
I guess a good analogy to that would be like on our channel during live streams, I will point out the most minute, like somewhat racist comments and be like, whoa, everybody, you heard that. Alex is a filthy racist. He's like, I just don't like the black ones. And it's like, whoa, what did you say? Like,
yeah, he will. He will all the time. And it's really hard to come back from it. Like, I'm not, I swear. And it comes.
Yeah, because if you become too defensive, then it's like, whoa, he's
hiding something.
Yeah, then it's suspect. Oh shoot, we're coming up on an hour here. Goodness.
Yeah.
Here, let's do. Yeah. We have time for one more thing. I was gonna ask you. So how do you guys feel? Do you guys feel a lot of pressure to upgrade equipment and stuff?
Actually, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like quite starting here. Like I definitely have felt it.
Yes, because it's like, what's the easiest way to upgrade quality?
Equipment.
Better stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the not cheapest, just easiest? It's easier to get a new camera instead of messing and fine tuning the camera.
But when you're working with a budget, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, my webcam and I believe Alex's webcams are both around $50. Our mic setups are both around $50. The only thing that's me and Alex have that's kind of exorbitant is our PCs, but that's because we've had them a long time.
That's
already,
true. I guess my green screen I got recently was.
Yeah, Alex got like what? You got it for 120, originally 150.
Yeah, got 30 off. So And then I got a cam link, but the cam link's like $75. So.
Yeah, capture cards are kind of expensive.
Well, this one's cheap.
Yeah,
this one's
are.
actually pretty cheap. It's highly recommended. That's why I got it. So.
Yeah, I use for my like console gameplay when I do it. I use the not sponsored, by the way. H.ish Gaming Edition 2.
No, I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. What's that one running right now? 160. Oof. When I bought it, it was 200. I bought this thing ages ago, and so yeah, it's interesting. Do you guys feel like you focus, like with that being said, on like your equipment and stuff, that you feel like you do more like content over what am I thinking of?
Quality over quantity.
We're trying to do both.
Yeah, we're getting a little greedy and trying to fulfill both words.
Mm-hmm.
We want to have a lot of videos, but we want all of them to be good.
And that's the thing. It's sometimes hard to.
And with our current workforce, especially right now where everything's just been hectic, as we're trying to pump out new ideas and the same old stuff all at the same time while upgrading equipment. I'm getting a new desk
and learning different editing methods too, by the way, too.
I'm pretty sure I already went through this, but yeah, like I gotta learn Premiere pretty much again because I haven't touched it since I think I touched it on your computer for like half an hour, like a year ago at this point.
Yeah.
So I gotta relearn Premiere, forget all my Vegas styles. So yeah, we're in the midst of a shift.
And it didn't help too. We also had some bumps too, like the internet going to shit one day, and then that was just
that put us behind by
3 days. So
because we didn't have any backlog or anything, we had one Wi-Fi chip to share between the two of us. It just wasn't working out.
Wow.
But what ended up happening? Alex is just now settling into the same job I have. He started working front desk. And I'm settling into a 6-day-a-week shift or work week. Originally, it was 5 days a week.
Wow.
And my schedule is constantly shifting now where it was consistent. So the mass recording days we've been planning have been completely screwed because we've had inconsistent schedules, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's just really hard to balance the quality and quantity. So we have been focusing on at least one a day, except for Sunday. We always do.
Sundays are
Lord's Day.
Sundays are statistic day, I like to call it, where you look at statistics and view everything, what did good and what did bad, and then try to whatever's doing good, try to do more of whatever we did there, more often. So
yeah, wow. So you guys have like a really, really full plate. That's crazy. Like that's like honestly like power to you guys. You guys are doing fantastic over there.
And it does help. It does help that me and Alex are, as slowly as the crunch time shift is taking effect, me and Alex are slowly more and more 50-50.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing. I've been splitting
as of right now. Alex records a little bit more, and I guess this past week Alex edited a bit more. But usually it's been Alex will record, hand off the backlog to me on a USB stick.
Eventually, the idea is that
edit it, boom.
If I record, he edits my record. If he records, I edit his record. That's the idea, is what we originally were going for. Originally.
Yeah, because I had come up with the statement that I believe it's a lot easier to find humor in somebody else's work.
Oh, no, that's entirely true.
So I felt like, hey, why don't we do each other's videos instead of our own? But... And then also, if we just get good enough at identifying the humor in our own characters, that won't be a problem either. We could just edit whatever.
Yeah, you see, it was super easy for me when I was editing my own videos because I'm such a narcissist that, everything I say is fucking gold, dude. No, honestly, back when I used to like do on my other channel, I would record for like 2 hours or an hour and a half, and I would edit it down to like 8 minutes because like I think I'm so like bland when I play games that it's just like I would just cut down like so much, so it's like this is just like the good bits.
Because when I first started, I didn't do video cam, it was just screen capture. And so when I started doing like my own video and like have my video put with the gameplay, I didn't realize my mouth would sit there and stay open while playing. So it looks like I'm drooling while playing video games. I
remember overcoming that too. Like way back when I like on my like very first channel, I was playing with a guy. His username was Mr. Raven 330, but like he doesn't make videos anymore. He's a really cool kid, but he convinced me. He's like, "Hey, let's do face cams," because like at the time, like all the YouTubers had like just started doing face cams and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, I don't know," because like I was, let me see, 2012. I would have been like 6 inches shorter, but probably weighed like 15 pounds more. And so I was just like, I felt like I was this short little chubby kid. I was like, oh man, I don't really want to have my face on there. And then I started doing it, and then I realized like, oh, this is just like another side of the performance. And like, so you kind of like make yourself aware of like those things. And we talked about this a little bit the other day with our vocalized pauses.
All right. Mine's all right.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Like all my problems I usually fix during esports, actually, because when I did esports for Overwatch, I'd focus so hard that my mouth would just be like gaping. Like, so I fixed my mouth during esports. I changed my filler to, instead of being like just randomly like okay, it's now always fuck. So it's just like I can't think of anything. It's like fuck. Like it's just like versus.
Do you think
Alex
that's necessarily better?
It doesn't sound like filler as much, because like who would make that their filler?
Yeah, all right,
you know?
sounds way more like filler than fuck. Like,
Gotcha.
It's like, who would make that their filler? There's no way that's filler. I'm telling you, it's filler. If you ever hear me saying it out of nowhere, then it's like, yeah, that's filler. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, no, he had nothing to say.
But no, Alex, when starting with him, he's slowly been working down his issues. First was the mouth.
Yep.
Got rid of that. Then he got a new mic. Then he started fucking making out with the mic.
You like mouth
Thankfully,
all
Sarah,
in deep.
Sarah bullied him enough for him to quit doing that.
Yeah, because every time I would be streaming, she's like, "You're kissing the mic again. Stop it."
And then
she's jealous. She's like, "Why don't you ever suck my dick like that?"
After that, that's when Alex started handing off his footage to me. And when I started actually listening to it, it was, all right. And it's like, so like one day, I think the first time he handed me the footage, like 2 minutes in, I paused it. I'm like, you need to stop saying all right. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, in everything.
Yeah, no, that's one thing I feel like watching my own videos has kind of taught me and broken me down on is, and I'm getting better at it because I just started like getting back into this again. My filler is like. I say like way, way too much for my liking. And
does that count?
So, no, I don't think it does. But watching my own videos really makes me self-conscious about those things. And so even if no one else notices it, which I think most people don't, I told Noah about it, my video partner, and he was telling me, he's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice until you mentioned it. Now that I know, it's super annoying." I'm like, yeah, so I should probably stop. And I think there's something to be said about watching your own videos to kind of critique your own performance. They say you should never practice acting in a mirror because then you'll be practicing making faces rather than actually delivering lines. But I think watching your own videos is...
I think it's very key, yeah.
Yeah, it's better to like improve upon your previous performances.
Well, and see, like Alex, Alex has also obviously been editing his videos all the way up until then, and he'd never noticed. I think there's part of a person that subconsciously you're just like, you skip over all your own vocal fills sometimes.
Your own vocal erase pauses, yeah.
Yeah, so... Because until I pointed out, Alex didn't really notice he said it too much.
Didn't.
And then once I pointed it out, he edited his own video, and he's like, I do say it a lot.
Well, even one time, like, one of the recordings, like, I think he edited or was it me, I sat there, I was like, I kept saying it, I was like, fuck, I keep saying like! like while I'm recording.
Oh, yeah, no, that's
like,
right.
I keep
edited
saying
that
it.
footage, and in the middle of it, he's like, all right, fuck. And it's just like,
I was trying to control it.
I really wanted to leave it in, but it was just one of those things. Like, oh man, yeah, he's noticing, which is good. And for the most part, it's pretty much gone. It's still there sometimes, but one or two.
It's not bad, yeah.
5 minutes is not bad.
Yeah, once
not
you get
nearly
it,
as bad.
Yeah, there's only so many words you can cycle through.
Not nearly as
before-
bad as all right every like fucking
20
20 seconds
seconds,
in a
yeah.
10-minute clip.
Yeah. Well, okay. I hate to cut it off there. I'm really enjoying talking about this. We'll have to do this more. But yeah, we just passed an hour. So thank you guys for your time. This is great. We'll have to do this again.
Yeah.
Because this is fun. But yeah, no, these guys are from Crunch Time. I will link them down in the description wherever you guys are listening, whether it's on Spotify, on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. You guys know. And yeah, so do you guys have anything else you want to plug or?
Yeah, since you linked your link for your YouTube channel, I'm going to link our link. Guys, if you want to follow us or subscribe to us at Crunch Time, it's https://www.youtube.com/channel/UCCC1 and WKARLQS64HMAE1QZW/featured. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you for taking up an extra 45 seconds of airtime. I had a Bitly. Okay, well, if you guys want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on
Hit it.
YouTube. That's bit.ly/humorish. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.